Talk to us about the time of 2023. You say that was a very bad period of your life, but you produced the best videos. Yeah, some of the videos I made in 2023 were very good, weren't they? They were all like the full guides, reject degeneracy. I wouldn't say it was a bad period of life. I think there was just so much overthinking in that period of life. I definitely did quite a few things right. That was a year where I wasn't lustful at all. Like I had a girlfriend and I was very happy. This is 2023, so this is after that hammer by the bed situation. That was like late 2022. 2023 was after I made that video. I fulfilled my purpose. I moved back home to my family home, and I had my ex-girlfriend, and she lived at her home. So for like most of the year, I'm pretty sure from around like March to around like October, I think, I was like living at home. And that was a great time because I um I lived at home. I just was on basically monk mode, but my girlfriend would drive over to see me like once a week. And then every month, every like 1.5 months, I would take her on like a little trip with me somewhere for a few days and I'd disconnect from my phone and everything. And in that time, then I just started to like really work on the business. And I was doing a lot of stupid things. Like I was like fucking up my business and my YouTube a lot by constantly changing my mind. And, because I just did, this was when I first started to show that trait. I never really knew that that was like a problem or a bad thing. I wasn't meditating at this point, and meditation really helps me with that. That year was bad because I was changing a lot of things instead of just getting either better or doing more of what I was doing already. That's one. So changing my mind, not meditating. And also, yeah, just overthinking. Like I was really in that like spiritual mode, asking myself like, what's my purpose so much, whatever. And that definitely felt quite unproductive. Like I was overthinking about everything. Every day I was journaling for hours, like, just making new decisions every day instead of just not making decisions and just doing more of what was working already, you know? So I think I wish I did that. But what I did right in that year was for the first few months, I was very stable. I lived in my home and I was not lustful at all, which was really good. I wasn't distracted by that. Near the last bit of that year, though, that's when I really started to like move around, like maybe about like 6 months or something. I started to like, move around a lot and I tried to set up a home here and there, here and there. And that definitely fucked me up. Yeah, see what someone said, like in Scotland, yeah. Because it wasn't just Scotland. We tried to move there like twice, and then in like Sussex and somewhere else, Cotswolds and Bali as well. So we moved around quite a lot, trying like that year as well, trying to find somewhere to like live. Like that was like the big sort of like mission, trying to find like where to have the home. And if I could go back in time and speak to that version of me, I'd tell him like, don't pressure to like buy a home right now, even though you've got, your girlfriend ready for children. Don't go and buy a home right now. Focus more on like just staying free flow, right? If this is a girl you want to be with, don't buy a home. Just stay renting. Like buying a home when you're young, even if you're rich, it is a bit foolish because you don't know what the world's going to be like soon, and things are changing so much. And if I could go back in time, I would say like you're putting so much pressure into like figuring out where to live, but you don't even know yourself right now. Like you've got to go and stay kind of young. You're with this girl right now. Go and just rent like a villa in Bali, for example, or go rent somewhere and just go rent for like 12 months. Go rent for a few years. Go 1 year here, 1 year there, 1 year there. Stay free flow because you never know where you actually want to be. And buying a home is like a million times harder than just moving somewhere and renting. And that idea that like rent is like a waste of money, but buying is like an investment is such a lie anyway. So um, I wish I could go back and say that to him because I was just like, I was spending so much fucking time researching and moving to this place, and a lot of the trips that we went on, they were colored in like the frustration of constantly asking myself like, is this where we could live, instead of just going for like fun trips to places. So I was quite young back then, man. I was so young. I was like 25, 26 years old, young, rich, famous. And I was just trying to figure life out, man. And I had a girlfriend I was like, looking after and trying to figure out where to live. Okay, am I ready to be a father now? Should we buy a house first? Marriage? Is that something I want to do? I was just figuring so many things out. When you're 26 years old and a millionaire and millions of people follow you, it's like, it is fucking tough, man. It was so much overthinking. If I could go back in time now, I'd tell that version of me, don't even buy, don't pressure anything. Just go like fun max for the next few years. Go live where you want to, live where you can be disciplined. And now that I know, obviously Bali's the answer. This I really like being here. But I was quite scared because I just moved to like 5 places before this year anyway, right? So in 2022, I moved from like my home to Thailand to Dubai, back to Thailand. Like I moved like for months of 2022. I moved to different places trying to like set something up. And I think I was kind of like traumatized from that. So I was quite like scared to make it like a bit of a decision, whatever. So yeah. Once you find a place that you actually quite like I really like Bali. I Yeah, it's been fucking awesome here, man. This is why, like, I've just decided to just stay in this villa in this area for as long as I possibly can, because I know that as soon as I move, everything's up in the air. It's like a risk. You don't know if it's going to be better. You don't know if you're still going to be as like productive or whatever. Yeah, I was trying to set up for like full fatherhood compound mode then, and I think I should have set up more for like social life and that like energetic young person mindset. Do you have your missus still? No, we split up in January last year, so it's been a very long time. The one that we're talking about, anyway. Yeah, no need to be a hermit in a field with a bunch of land at 27 years old. Yeah, exactly, right. I just thought that that's what you do when you've got your girl and you make money, whatever. But if I could go back in time, and there was actually a piece of advice that I actually learned from like an author I liked, which was when you're young, live somewhere which is very dense, like very social, because you can always make opportunities and whatever. And I was like all for that, but I remember my ex was like very much against it. I ended up saying that was the reason we split up, like on YouTube. That wasn't the reason why we split up, because eventually she was like happy to move somewhere else with me as well. But um that was definitely good advice. I definitely should have taken that earlier. Like when you're young, don't think about like the home you're gonna stay in forever. Just move to wherever's like popping for people like you. Like I had to go through fucking years of pain for this, boy. So like listen to this carefully, right? When you're young, even if you make money, do not try to just settle down somewhere fast, because it'll actually stress you out so much. Instead, what's better is don't try and just find like, where you're going to buy your home, which country you're going to stay in, whatever. Just go to wherever is amazing for people like you right now. And that changes like every year, every 2, 3 years. So right now, Bali's awesome, but it might not be this way in a few years' time. So stay light, backpack, online income. Don't buy the property. Like I moved to Bali and everyone's asking me, like, oh, are you going to buy a villa here? And I'm like, do I look fucking retarded to you? Why the fuck does everyone say, like, everyone's on this like fucking mindset that like if you live somewhere, that then you've got to like buy a permanent residence there? Why the fuck would like what if it's shit here in 1 year? What if they change some of the laws and it's shit here in 6 months? Then you've just got a fucking house and like all the headache and whatever. Oh, but you're wasting money on rent. No, I'm not, because I'm fucking living here and that's the ROI. Yeah, but if you buy the house, then you're kind of paying towards the mortgage. Yeah, but then I also have to spend fucking months like researching the house and going to the little meetings and viewings and make sure it's all good. And then I have the house to deal with as well. And like, what if like your house just gets fucked up? You're the one who's dealing with everything. I move in one day and I pay the rent and everything is done for me. They organize the cleaning, the fixing of everything, and then I move out and it's all good. If the villa gets damaged by like, the environment, it's not up to me to fix it or anything. It's no stress, anything like that. It's easy. It's like renting is so underrated. I'm so surprised people try and push young people when you make some money to like buy property ASAP, whatever.